Come up with that yourself?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Never heard that.
Yeah, that's mine.
Is that recording now?
Aye.
Yes.
Has the melon already got holes in it?
It's recording.
Yes, it's recording.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Wild Man Podcast with Wolf. We're down here in Bristol at the minute. We're down on a campsite. We're having some fun doing the things we do. We're with Dave Maine from our sister club, soon to be our prospect club. We're having fun right here. What we've been doing? We've been fighting. We've been lifting weights. We've been firing guns. We've been doing all sorts of manly shit, you know. But Dave, how long you been a member? How long have you been part of Operation Werewolf now?
I don't know. I think maybe I come across it probably 2 years ago because of the Peter Best stuff, you know, the photography stuff. I found it on Instagram.
I don't know that.
And I just thought, oh, fucking, that's pretty cool, and didn't give it a second thought. And then a couple of months later, I was like, I think I need to check that out again. And then fucking looked at it again and was like, I need to be a fucking part of this. This is legit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was already doing jiu-jitsu at the time and got in touch with one of the guys at jiu-jitsu, was a personal trainer, and said, like, I got to fucking start lifting weights.
Yeah.
And just started from there, really.
So like, obviously you're a big jiu-jitsu guy. You're a big Muay Thai guy. Obviously earlier we were fighting. I was seeing you fight. You fight in a very Muay Thai, very loose, fluid style. So when did you first get into martial arts, man?
I got into jiu-jitsu before I got into Operation Werewolf. It was just something I felt like I had to be done. I was kind of into the UFC and shit, and there was a place. I live in Cardiff. There was a place in Cardiff. I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna go.
That's
do
where
jiu-jitsu.
you live now.
Yeah.
Is in Wales. Yeah.
And
he does shag shit.
so I was there for about a year, and I was just like, and one of the place I was training almost like has a sister club, which is like an MMA place.
Yeah.
So I started putting in a few sessions there, and I was like, fuck, this is way harder. So I started training there. The Muay Thai, the jiu-jitsu was far harder.
What was the martial art that you first? What was your first martial art that you got involved in?
I think when I was a kid, I probably did like every kid did like a couple of karate classes. And then I lived in Cyprus for a few years as an army brat on an army camp. Did a couple of years as like traditional jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But like I was like 11 or some shit, so it never went anywhere. I come back to the UK, become an adult, was more interested in girls and drinking, drugs and shit. And then as I got older, I was like, I need to fucking start doing something, and I was into the UFC, and just jiu-jitsu just was the obvious choice straight from there.
So you went from like karate to jiu-jitsu. Did you like? Because obviously, when I watch you fight, there's a heavily influenced by Muay Thai. Your footwork, you know, you like to use knees, you like to use elbows. It's obviously What do they call it? It's like that eight.
The fucking 8 limbs or some
shit.
Yeah. It's like I said,
so where did Muay Thai come in?
So I obviously was training at this one place that was predominantly jiu-jitsu. They've got a sister club. I moved there because I did a couple of sessions just because it was the sister club, and I was like immediately, I was like, holy fuck, this is way harder. The two coaches there, Wayne and Lou. Lou's a pro fighter for Bellator. There's a heavy Muay Thai element, a heavy like wrestling and like hard jiu-jitsu lineage in that club, and I was just like,
we were talking earlier, and you were saying about your initial going into that and the sparring, how brutal it was, and
it was a fucking eye opener.
Yeah, and I mean, so say if you ran your own martial arts club, like, would you go the same vein when someone comes through the door and they ask the same questions you asked? Would you go as hard in? Do you think that's a benefit, or do you think bring them in softer?
I think it depends on the person. Like, I think the first time you throw them in, you see what they're about. You know, some people are just going to be about their life straight off the bat. Other people, you're going to have to be like, hang on a minute, let's And I'll be honest, I was one of those people. Like I used to fucking hate getting hit. Because I'd done about a year, maybe 2 years of jiu-jitsu, and the truth is, if you get fucking smacked, it's by accident, and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. You know, didn't mean to fucking headbutt you in the fucking teeth." You know,
but they did.
Yeah, they fucking did. and you go from there. But then when it's like somebody's trying to fucking smack you in the teeth, it's a different world.
So do you think that introduction to MMA toughened you up, or
100%, 100%? Like I went from just this fucking guy who is like, okay, you know, just fucking rolling on the floor, to people who were trying to fucking hurt me. And I think there's a big difference between.
But it made you better.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like anything. If you can fucking withstand that fire, you're going to be forged by it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And that's the reality.
I definitely think that's a big part of Operation Werewolf. Like a lot of people, like I train people. Obviously, my thing is strongman, and I've had a lot of people contact me and ask me to help them get stronger and better at lifting weights, and they always expect me to come in so fucking hard and aggressive, and sometimes that's good, sometimes that is the right way to do it, but other times it's it's not right. So I think it's that ability to be able to eye up the person and work out what's going to be good for them.
Yeah, I mean everyone's different, and I mean, we get guys that come into the gym now who've been powerlifting for 2, 3, 4 years, whatever, and it kind of makes me laugh, because you get the guys who can fucking lift, who are from the gym culture, who think they're a badass. And it's like, oh, cool. I'll you know you're maybe 80k, cool. I'm gonna stick this 65k kid with you and watch him fucking choke the shit out of you. And a lot of the guys, they don't come back. They're like, their ego or whatever. They're like, there is a guy who weighs, 20, 30 kilos less than me, who's fucking rinsed me. And
I think that's the thing about jiu-jitsu as well. It's the great equalizer. Like, especially with guys who are coming from weightlifting and coming from the background I come from, strongman and stuff like that. A lot of the guys they're running a lot of steroids. They're on the trend. They get big. They walk around. No one wants to fuck with them because they're fucking huge. And then you sort of convince yourself that you can fight.
You want to know what the most terrifying thing I've ever had to face?
Go on.
There is a guy who occasionally trains with us who was at one point the strongest man in Wales. And he knows jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's fucking terrifying.
Literally, he would just sit there in his wrestling boots and just be like, you'd be like, oh fuck, and he'd be sat there like, come on, and they'd be like, all right, I'm gonna try some fancy fucking cartwheel shit into your fucking to pass you now, and literally it'd be one of those things that'd be like, I'd be trying to fucking dance and fucking do all shit around him, and he'd just go, and I'd be like,
snatch you.
As soon as he had a hold of me, I'd be like, well, this is it, like this is my life. And I remember before he arm triangled me, head and arm choke, and literally he just went, not even hard, and I remember it just. I felt the all the way up my fucking spine, and I was just like, fuck it. I'm not the fucking biggest guy, but like the fucking Wales strongest man. I
think that's got to be the scariest when you're up against a dude who's obviously very, very physically strong, and he's got those skills.
It's fucking terrifying.
But that's rare, that is a rare thing, I think.
But I think we should all aim to be that rare thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think that's what Operation Well should be about. Obviously, you've got to be flexible. You've got to be.
I'm fucking. That's me fucking out then.
But if you can be strong and skilled and dangerous and sharp. Well, that's the ultimate.
Both my coaches right now, they're flexible, big into yoga. Both have fought professionally MMA. One of them is a pro fighter for Bellator now. The other one who, I mean, he competes in like quite big sort of jiu-jitsu competitions. They're both just fucking animals, and
that's something you can't really fuck with. Do you know what I mean? You might be able to throw punches, you might be able to fucking grapple, but if a dude is huge and strong and he's got those skills, it's
terrifying.
Yeah. So, like, what about Muay Thai then? So, have you competed in that?
I've not competed in Muay Thai. I've done a few jiu-jitsu competitions, but like I said, I came in from grappling mainly, and sort of was introduced to this world. And I'll be honest, like when I fucking first started training, I hated getting hit.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait, what the fuck? Couldn't deal with it. And it's taken time just to put that time in. And like all the boys in the gym would say, look, like when you first start, a lot of people don't fucking like it. You just got to get used to it, and once you get used to it, you're like, oh, actually, it's.
You realise you're not made of glass.
You're not made of glass. It's not that fucking bad. So I mean.
Well, I mean, it was mad earlier watching you spar when we were up here earlier, and it's like for someone coming from a grappling background to watch you spar and watch the footwork. Like, how did you develop that footwork?
You just got to put time in. Like everybody here sort of like was like, oh fucking footwork. You come to my gym and I am the worst person with footwork in my entire gym. There are 14-year-olds. One of the 14-year-olds, I think he actually might be 16-year-old now. He terrifies me. He fucking bullies me in the fucking gym. Like, he's a fucking he's like, I mean, he probably weighs, I don't know, 60k if soaking wet, and he's just a fucking animal. Like I'm fucking scared of the fucking kid that picks on him in fucking high school. I swear to God, like, but yeah, I mean, a few people say, "Oh, mate, your footwork," and I was like, "You come to my gym, and there is no fucking. You look at my footwork, and you'd be like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. It's just you put some time in." And you will get a little bit of footwork, and that's me, man.
Of course, yeah. And I think, it's applicable in every aspect, isn't it? And I mean, we've repeated ourselves many times. You know, you put the work in, you get the rewards out.
100%. That's all it is. Like I mean, there's the old adage of like hard work and talent, and hard work will always be talent. But you know, that's the truth of it. If you fucking put the time in, you will fucking get there eventually. Some people quicker than others, but
I'll tell you what though, dude, seriously, I mean, like, first time I met you, what was it, last year?
It fucking probably is now. We're locked down. Yeah.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And like, it's been amazing just to see the growth and everything you've done. And it's awesome to be associated with you guys and the club that you're with. And like, I just see a really bright future in the UK for all of us together.
All of us.
And yeah, it's just rad, man. So it's good. It's been good talking to you, man.
You too, man.
Cheers, man.
Yes, man.
Peace out. Be relentless, guys.